you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. Well, I'll just jump right in. So
Sure.
first of all, where do you call home? Because I know you've spent lots of time in parts of New York, LA, and Toronto. So do you consider any certain city home?
It's interesting. I have indeed, and they're all home in different ways. New York's where my siblings are, and Toronto here is where my parents are, and where we shoot the show, and LA is where I've been mainly based where my girlfriend is. So it's hard. I mean, it's I would say that wherever I am, I'm generally missing
Yeah.
one of the other places.
Yeah.
I at this point, I don't know if I could be anywhere 12 months a year, but I like right now, I'm definitely missing LA. And my lady who's out there, so I'd say that wherever she is, that's home.
Oh, good. That's sweet. So you've been in many, many projects, and you were
Thank you.
involved, yeah, and you were involved in, when you were a child, your school's drama programs in New York and Toronto. At what
Mhm.
age did you know that you wanted to pursue acting professionally? And further, what sparked that passion for performing in you?
Yeah, it's interesting. In terms of like what it was, like I don't know what it was that made me feel like I wanted to perform, but I just saw it and I was like, I want to do that. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it was like from 10 years old on that I was like I want to do this, and very determinedly so. I was like one of those like little serious already thinks he's an adult kids.
Right.
I was supported by my parents, and I just sort of was able to commit. Like you said, I was in upstate New York, and I was at this school called Poughkeepsie Day School that had an unbelievable drama program, and teacher named Victoria Silvestri, who was really, encouraging and supported me. And it was like she put Hamlet in my hands when I was like 10, 11 years old. I mean, that's crazy. Like I said, like it was like in seeing Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet, like I was just like, holy jeez, I want to do that.
Right.
I was always watching, movies and TV shows with my parents, and whatever it was, or something big was out, we'd watch it, and I just always loved the movies. And when I was finishing middle school, I was taking classes outside of my school. I did a community college course at SUNY New Paltz, and then the teacher of that referred me to like a class with Alan Arkin that I got to take. So like right from 13, 14 on, I was really determinedly studying outside of school, and then it was the move to Toronto that ended up being just the catalyst for everything. I started taking on camera classes as soon as I got to Toronto, and I was PAing for free on productions and sets and non-union stuff and union stuff wherever I could. And then once we became permanent residents in Canada and I could work professionally, I used referrals I had to sign up an agent and got off to the races.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've read you've been involved in so many things, and not just acting itself, but programs and all sorts of training opportunities that you could find. So it sounds like you've had some great mentors growing up, but when you said you were watching all of those movies and you were always into performing, which actors did you look up to while growing up?
I've always been a huge Paul Newman fan. He's somebody, Newman and Redford are the tops, for me. Matt Damon, somebody I've always really looked up to, like, especially, now when you look at the last, 20, 25 years, of his career, and everything that he's been able to do, and the life he's been able to lead as, a fantastic actor and star and all of that. And so, there's been a lot of actors that I've really looked up to, but I like the classic leading men, the guys who don't make a whole lot of fuss about doing it.
Yeah, of course, very humble. So Rain premieres on Friday on CW.
Yeah.
Yeah, super exciting. I'm sure you're limited to what you can share, but can you give us any hint at all about what we can expect for Leith in season 3?
There's a tiger in Friday night's episode. That's like awesome.
A tiger?
Actual living, breathing tiger. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's in the trailer, so I feel completely comfortable being able to talk about it. But there is a real tiger, and that was a real 17-year-old tiger named Robbie that was on set.
Oh my gosh. Did you get how close up did you get to get with Robbie?
I didn't, but the tiger is there in the flesh. I'm actually not in this first episode back that we have on Friday.
Okay.
There is quite a lot of drama going on in England that's reverberating back to France, and so I think I'm off dealing with a couple of other things during this first one.
Okay.
But it's a great episode. You know, it's basically the beginning of the Battle of the Queens. Right.
What is your favorite thing or most fun thing about playing Leith?
Ooh, I would say when I get to ride horses for the show. I love riding horses.
Yeah.
And I love getting to work with them. So that's probably one of my favorite things about playing the character.
And if you had to describe him in 3 words, which 3 words would you use to describe him?
Loyal, honorable, stubborn.
Yes, I would say those are accurate. What's it like acting on a period piece? You know, you went from Entourage to this show. What's that like?
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's what's so great about being an actor is all these sort of different lines that you get to lead, and getting to play around in this world has been so much fun. And this is really the first time I've had a chance to live a character over so much time. You know, I did Entourage for a couple of years, but it was sort of like quick pops running around and that sort of thing. Like, I've really, I've lived a chunk of this guy's life and gone through this journey with him, and so it's been a really great experience, sort of getting to shift and grow and to feel the history of him. Like, just Selena and I were talking the other day about the first couple of episodes that we did, and it's it's crazy. It's 2.5 years ago,
right?
And just to sort of get to go through it all and to have these these relationships and to feel this core come alive, it's been a lot of fun.
Nice. So we are an entertainment blog, so I would I have to ask you, what's your favorite show to binge watch? When you're not working all the time, what do you just sit down and you can watch a million episodes of?
There's way too many to count. I'm a big Suits fan, big Game of Thrones fan, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge Justified fan. House of Cards.
Yeah.
Like Breaking Bad. Like everything.
The classics.
Probably binged. I just started Narcos, so I don't know if I'm gonna binge it, but it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, those are great.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna stick with those for the moment.
And do you have any upcoming projects in the works? I think I saw 1 or 2 things, just future.
Yeah, I've got a few things going on. I just shot an episode of Man Seeking Woman, the FXX show.
Oh, nice.
Which was a lot of fun. Jay is absolutely hysterical, and he had me laughing in the middle of takes that I was not supposed to be laughing during, but it's all good. And Simon Rich, who's the showrunner and creator of the show, it's just a genius. So getting to sort of live and play in that ridiculous world was an absolute blast. I also I have a production company with Giacomo Giugnotti, who was on the first season of Reign. He played Remy / Lord Julian for us, and he's now on Grey's Anatomy. So we have a movie that we're in development on and shooting next year called Acquainted.
Next year, we can expect that to be shot. Okay.
Once everyone's done with their TV shows.
Right. I know you're all pretty busy right now. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jonathan. Again, I know you probably have a million interviews. We appreciate you taking the time to chat with us.
Oh my God, my absolute pleasure.
Yeah, and have a wonderful premiere week, and we can't wait to catch Leith on the show. And
thank you.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you so much for taking the time and for spreading the jolly word.
Yeah, have a great evening.